Mi ha'ish hachafetz chaim ohev yamim l'rot tov. Who's the man who desires life, who loves days to see good? What does that mean? We're going to explain it. I'm recording it now. Klal hu shetzarich levakesh shalom. So basically, the klal, the general principle, you have to desire peace, which means that's like the first thing of this whole Torah is like the point where it starts. Like everything else branches from that is you have to desire peace. Okay, that's number one. Now, what is peace? It's sheh shalom bein Israel, between the Jewish people. V'yeh shalom b'chol adam b'midotav. And you have to have shalom in all of your midos. So basically, between people and within yourself. Hainu shelo yeh mechulag b'midotav u'morotav. Now, what does he explain to have shalom within your midos? Is that you shouldn't be divided in your midos, meaning conflicts inside, and also in the things that happen to you. Okay, now, how does that? What's pshat? What does it mean that things that happen to you shouldn't be divided in? So it means, I guess, the way you perceive them. What does that mean? Shlo yeh chiluk bein betivo bein baku. If whether it's good, whether it's bad, there cannot be a difference for you. Tamid yimtza bo Hashem yitbarach. You have to find Hashem in all of these things. So therefore, the way to have the shalom is finding Hashem in them. So as it says, Ba'Hashem ahalel davar b'Elohim b'Elokim ahalel davar. So now I know what you're thinking, right? Torah Dalet says the same things. What's the difference? What's the chiddush? So Torah Dalet is basically, it's saying how to see everything as good. So this is actually a different point. If you look behind it a little bit more, it's not about seeing everything as good. It's about having shalom in all levels. So you're going to see that the point will develop more, but it's a completely different point, even though it's bringing the same pasuk. It's a whole another nakuda. Now, how do you find Hashem, whether good, whether bad, and when you do that, you'll have shalom on the inside and in the situations that come about? Through the Torah. Okay, so now you have Torah, great, you have Torah, now you have shalom, now you find Hashem, you have Torah, therefore you find Hashem, and now you find Hashem, now you have peace everywhere. Okay, how does it work? It's a little bit more complex than that, or else we wouldn't have to talk about it so much, okay? Now, Kamat Atamar, it says in the pasuk, Kollel Tivatei Shalom. All the Torah's pathways are shalom, which means the chiddush is that the Torah brings the person to have shalom in all things, in all the pathways inside. The Torah is supposed to bring you to have shalom, okay? And you're learning Torah, some people learn Torah for years. Still didn't attack in the midos. They're still angry, they're still this. So there's a certain way to do the Torah that's going to bring the person to shalom, okay? So you both need the Torah and you need the tzadikim. They're both called shalom, as the pasuk says. It says brit shalom. It says u'michamad zeh yachol lehov et hashalom b'chol makom hem b'tivo. And because of this, you could love the peace. What does it mean to love peace? What's the chiddush? All the words are very meduyak. Okay. So the answer is, as we know, if you don't understand what it means in this part of the Torah, you have to write down this question on the side, and then another part of Torah is eventually you can explain it, and then you can understand this part. Like you have to learn these Torahs like Rashi. You gotta learn it like Rashi, Medayak, each part. So you look at the lashon he says. You look at the lashon. A lot of weird lashons come out because they're saying something beyond the pshat. So it says because of so now through shalom you could love Yechol lehov et hashalom b'chol makom hem b'tivu v'chulu. You can love the shalom in all places, whether good or bad. That's also like a very confusing sentence because he's saying you're loving the shalom in all places. It seems like if it's bad, there's no shalom in there. Okay, that's the next paragraphs are going to madayak what's going on, because sometimes you see something that's good and you see something that's not good. So now the question is, the chiddush is that in the not good, it doesn't seem like there's shalom there. You have to either get rid of it, you have to do something so that it's good. But it itself, how could it be good? But the chiddush is saying here that in the tivo v'chulu and in the not good, there is an Indian of shalom that exists there, which is the Torah, because shalom is through Torah and tzaddikim, and therefore those two things exist in good and not good, but they're different ways of expressing themselves, as we're about to see. V'chol liot shalom bein Israel, and then you could have shalom between the Jewish people, between lahov zeh zeh, and to love each other because of this. Okay, pretty pretty packed paragraph with a lot of stiras. Tzarech Iyun Gadol. We're going to continue. Like you see, the letter, it's like full of stiras. The whole doesn't. Oh yeah, because in the world. Oh yeah, it's true. I heard about that the other day. Yeah, it's true. So now, how do you do it, right? So we see the Torah, like that. There's like conflicts in Israel.
I mean, every day.
Yeah, but now there's like a lot of. It's like a lot of conflict.
It's not bigger conflict than any other conflict.
It's exploding more. It's exploding more now. Something like that. It's surfacing. Yeah, you can't hold in the resentment anymore. The hatred's coming out now. You gotta tell them, you gotta do Torah. See, you gotta learn. You gotta tell those people, you gotta learn Torah. That's how you fix it. Yeah, it's true. Paragraph bet. Tzarich ladat, you have to know. Okay, so now, from what I understood, whenever there's a new paragraph, it's like a whole new thing, and you have to see how it connects to the previous paragraph, and it usually skips the way it connects, but you have to do the connection while you're learning it and connect to the previous paragraph. So the previous paragraph is what's shalom. Okay, now, and that's through the Torah and through the tzaddikim. And then you get shalom. And then you have peace inside, peace outside. And the shalom is the Torah, and the Torah is the way to have the peace. Okay? Now, and we said, but we didn't explain what is that aspect of Torah that brings you to that shalom. Okay, but now before we explain what that aspect of Torah brings you to shalom, we're going to explain the concept of a person's situations that he's dealing with. Meaning the outside world, and also the way it feels on the inside is situations he's dealing with. And we're going to discuss how to see it correctly, okay? So before we even say that, it says, the whole earth is filled with His glory. There's no place devoid of Hashem. Hashem is contained in all the worlds and transcends all the worlds. So therefore, what does this mean? Hashem is everywhere. That's what it means. Okay, so what's the chiddush? Okay, so you have to understand how it fits into the binyan of what we're building here. So basically, to get peace on the inside and the outside, is first knowing that in every place there is Hashem through these proofs brought. Okay, afilu misha osek b'masa umatan be'akum. Even someone doing business with goyim, lo yachol lahiratzel v'lomar. He can't come and say to himself, Ifshar lavor et Hashem yitbarach. I can't serve Hashem mechamat aviyut v'gashmiyut shenofel alav tamid alav, because of the heaviness and thickness and the physicality that's falling upon him always. Which is like in Israel, it's like governmental offices and things like that. It's very heavy because it's a subjugation. It's a subjugation now. Because he's dealing with them always. So you actually can't come and say that. You can't say it's too hard. I can't serve God anymore because the stuff's too heavy and hard. Why? Our sages already told us in all the physical things, and all of the languages of the goyim. You could find godliness in them. Okay, how? Without godliness, there is no life force for those things at all. Hashem gives life to everything. That means within everything, and even the lowest things, and even things that are against Him, there has to be some type of life force of Hashem inside of it, but that life force is more and more hidden inside of the thing that's more against Hashem. Okay, so that means there's a grade of things in Hishtalshlus, that the things that are closest to Hashem has the most revealed life force, and as it goes down, the life force gets concealed, but Hashem is found still within everything. Okay, as everyone knows. Okay, levad shachiyut ve'elukut hazeh sham b'tzimtzum gadol miut. But the fact is that in the things that are not connected to Hashem fully, the life force is in a very contracted and limited way inside of it. Rak kadei chiyuno la'chayoto v'lo yoter. Hashem makes sure to give it life force only in accordance with what it can handle and nothing more. Okay, why? Because Hashem doesn't want to give to the klipas. He wants them just, they exist for whatever reason they exist, depending how you explain it, but the fact that they exist is that they shouldn't get more than what is enough just for them to have life force, okay? Because you don't want to give more life force to klipas. Okay, that remember if everyone remembers learning, and we learned in Likkutei Torah Parsha Tazria that it says when there was a suffix of tahara, and then the Mesifta of the Rekia said it's tameh, and then Hashem said it's tahor, and also Rabbi Bar Nechemi said it's tahor. So we explained over there that why is Hashem saying it's tahor if it's a suffix tameh? And so one of the reasons is because even if it was tameh, maybe it would have been better to say tahar, so one or dinim, because the ear of dinim gives more life force to the klipas, so it's better to say tahar. That's like a big chiddush. So the concept is that you don't want to ma'or more dinim, because when you ma'or dinim, you're just feeding klipas. Yeah, you don't want to fight it. You're giving them koach. So Hashem, the way to deal with the klipas is that you give it a lot of life force just for it to exist, and you don't want to give it more. And that's also, we're going to explain that a little bit more soon. So and we're going to see the reason why that is and how it exists in the next paragraph, okay? Hashem contracted the godliness in many different concealments, contractions. From the beginning of Hashem's thought, until the middle point of the physical world. In this world is where the majority is klipas. So basically, as it went further down, the more and more klipas could come about. And therefore, in this physical world is actually the place of the least amount of godliness. Therefore, there's the most amount of levushim. Okay, now what's the point of that? Let's see. As the godliness descends more, there's more and more concealment. Therefore, there's more and more clothes to cover over the godliness. Until you get to this world where it's like everything is just like one big lavush, and you see that there's no godliness seemingly, it's not revealed. Our sages opened for us an opening. Everything physical has godliness and life force in it, as the sages say in the Gemara Menachot. It says tat bekatfe shtayim, pat ba'afrike shtayim. It says totafot, right? It means in the language called katvi, it means two. Pat is in African, it means two. Therefore, the tefillin, okay, just bear in mind, because he brings that in the next two paragraphs, the mitzvah of tefillin, okay, you get to connect it when you get there. So the tefillin itself, okay, that we learn it from African words, the word for tefillin. Interestingly, why? What's it saying? In all the languages of the goyim, you have godliness that's giving it life. So what are you actually doing? You're taking things. What do you say? A little bit of godliness, meaning to say the way it was within the language of the goyim, in the source, how it came down to the world, had a very mitzumtzum godliness within the thing itself. But once it turned into tefillin. Well, we know tefillin is shekula, like in a way, like kol mitzvahs. There's a chazal about it. So it says if you can't learn Torah, at least they put on tefillin every day, right? So therefore, it transforms into very high things. We're going to see that within this Torah is that the things that had the lowest amount of life force, they had the most amount of levushim. Once the lashonos of the akum, which represents the bad midos, get transformed, then it actually, we're going to see the life force from its shore shines to it in much stronger ways. It has to. Yeah, you could say such a thing, which means that when it comes to the world, it's very concealed, so many levushim. But once you fix it, then the higher lights shine into it. Okay, yeah.
It's interesting the acronym for languages of the non-Jews is LAZ, Lamed, Ayin, Zayin.
Yeah, but that stands for Avodah Zarah. I think it's. It says Laz is like what they say about Rashi. It says
French.
yeah. What is it? It says a lashon avodah zarah. That's what it is. I thought it was lashon ashken. I don't know. I forget what is it? Laz.
Yeah, Lazos to the nations of the nations before taking the nations of the idolatry. Strange language.
Laz. Yeah, maybe I think it's like strange. Yeah, but it could be interesting. Yeah. But it makes sense either way. This is what
concealment of something.
Something to be concealed. Yeah.
Deeper.
Right, because since we're saying everything is Hashem, and the way Hashem is in those things is through the Torah, and we're going to see the Torah is the midos of Hashem, and the midos are the tzimtzumim. Therefore, everything is just an expression of Hashem, but in different ways. You have to know how to deal with each thing. It's going to explain it. Okay, so now this is what it says in the Yerushalmi. Im yomalacha adam heichen elokecha. If a person says, "Where is your God?" Tomar lo bikrach gadol shebarom. You tell him he's in the great city of Rome. You ever been there?
Right.
That's where God is. That's where God is. Right?
I was bad.
The great. Yeah.
He's taking care of the leopards in Rome.
That's the Gemara. So now, why is he telling you in the great city of Rome? Why is he telling that? Shnema Elai Kore Miseir Nimtze Shezeh Adam Sha'al Hechen Elokecha. This person that's saying, "Where's your God?" B'vadahu Meshuka Midor Klipot. He's for sure sunken into the klipas. Ki Hotzit Atzmo Min Haklal V'Kafar B'Kal. He took himself out of the general, and he went against Hashem by Shamar Hechen Elokecha, by saying, "Where's your God?" To say that where He is, there's no godliness, but that's not true, because godliness is found everywhere. Just the question is, how many levushim are there? And the more levushim, the more klipas. And when there's klipas and there's levushim, you want to make sure the life force is only mitzumtzum there. Therefore, godliness is more concealed, but in a certain way, godliness is everywhere equally. Okay, then you have to tell him, afilu bimkomcha shata mushuka medor klipot. Even in your place, when you're sunken into the klipas, gam ken sham tuchal nimtzol lakuto. You could also find godliness over there. Because God gives life to everything, as it says, "V'atam mechayet kulam." You give life to everything. And even there, you could cleave to Hashem. By doing tshuva, yeah.
From the Holocaust, whatever. But the Nazis, that was like their thing, They had the Jew on the ground, powerless, and where is your God? That was like their.
Comments in Rome, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, yeah.
There's also the Rosh, and the Pesach, the son that's a Rosh.
Yeah, he says he's
like, what
he takes himself out of himself the claw, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's true. So now, okay, kilo rechokahi mimcha, it says you should do tshuva, it's not far from you. Elish mikomcha shamra abu levushim, just in your place that you're in now, since you're in so much klipas, you have a lot of levushim, so everything is just concealed, because a lot of garments. So as you go level to level up, how do you go level to level up? Didn't explain yet, but in the pshat, it's just becoming more connected to kedusha, fulfilling the Torah properly. So now you connect more to Hashem, you're coming closer, and you can know Hashem with a greater understanding. Because as you go up to a higher level, the levushim get less. We need to met at tzimtzum, and the tzimtzum gets less. And then you're closer to Hashem. And then you can love yourself with Hashem, with a greater love. That is not explained yet. Well, we will explain that soon. Just have in mind, that's an interesting sentence, right? It says, as you go higher, which means the goal is you want to limit the levushim. The more levushim, the more tzimtzumim, the more less godly life force goes into it. So once you take away the levushim, then there's more godly life force, and then you can love yourself with Hashem, with a greater love. Okay, now what does it mean to love yourself with Hashem? So l'chora, it means when a person has more inner shalom, then he loves himself more. Because when he's not mechulak ben his midos, then if you're mechulak in your midos, then you think you have issues, and then you don't like yourself so much. And if you actually love yourself, then you could love yourself with Hashem. We're going to explain it. It explains it more. Just have in mind what this means soon, okay?
Can you say someone's ability to love is based on the relationship with the midah of Ahava? And if they're mechulak with the midah of Ahava, they're not good loving.
Right. Is there what? Shalom, yeah. If you're in shalom, then you could express that. But even loving yourself first, that's with Hashem. What does it mean loving yourself with Hashem? Why would say loving Hashem? Right? So
you have to be, like, so to speak, connected to Hashem and have peace with Hashem.
Well, no, he says you have to have peace first with yourself, and then you have. Oh, there's both. They both work. Yeah.
Peace comes from Hashem. When you connect to Hashem, then
When you have peace with Hashem, when you take off the levushim, then you can love yourself with Hashem. Because now you could be in that place with Hashem.
There's a different kind of love so much for myself and Hashem. If I less Levushim, making me different than Hashem.
Yeah, but it's interesting. He says the way to love yourself with Hashem is by taking off the levushim, so you can become closer to Hashem, and then you can love yourself with Hashem with an extra level of ahava. What does it mean? We'll see. Okay, so now, there's two types of days. Yemei tov, yemei ra, good days and bad days. Okay, so l'chor it's connected to what we're saying, that it's shalom in the me'or tav. That's how I understand it. In the things that happen to you, you have peace within. So now there's good days and there's bad days. So we said just like there's a lot of levushim and there's less levushim. So now I think it's sort of a continuation of what's going on there. Is that telling you these things that we're saying good and bad? That they're saying a lot of levushim versus a little bit of levushim. Maybe there's a certain line they could draw in the middle where you say there's good and there's bad. Okay, now where do you draw that line? It's a good question. Like, are you going to say 50% levushim is good? Do we say such a thing? Like this many levushim is good, and this levushim, once it starts getting more, it's bad. Because once it's bad, and there's already such a tzimtzum of elikus, therefore it's already klipa. Like when is the line crossed? It's an interesting thing, right? That not explained. Just sorry. What do you say? Yeah, well, there's so many levels of revelations. You could go up thousands and thousands of levels and then still be far from Hashem. And then even though, all existence that you know is only just one word of Hashem, which is only from His Malchus, which is nothing compared to Hashem Himself. And therefore, what are we talking about here, right? Like, so
there's a concept also like the Sitra Torah, like the secrets of Torah are found like in the furthest places away from Torah.
Right, that's what we're going to see now.
So
We're going to see that at that point now.
Making this exist. Like,
exactly. So there's two types of days. Yemei tov, yemei ra. As it says in the pasuk, Beyom tova hayeh tov. On a good day, it'll be good. It'll be in good. And in a bad day, you will see. What's pshat? What's pshat?
I just love Kollel.
Love it, yeah. All the secrets in Kollel, all the secrets. Okay, so in a good day, it'll be in good, and in a bad day, you will see. Okay, that's the pshat. Now, what does that mean? Now, just pay attention to how he touches this up. It's from diyukim on the pasuk. Okay, there's things going on within that pasuk that we're going to explain. That it's very easy just to read past it. Okay, what does it say? You have to look good. Okay? Tov, betov. Okay? Now, for sure, you're going to find good days. Hainu Torah. Okay? Now, he's saying you got to look really good to see good days. Isn't it when you have a good day, it's so obvious it's a good day? When something happening that's good, right, Ron? It's so good. Like, look really good. Yeah, there is good days. Say, there's some deeper stuff going on here. What do you?
Well, that's what
the Chofetz Chaim.
Yeah.
We're gonna see. We're not there yet. Yeah. So.
Good eye. Yeah.
In a good day, you'll be in good, and in a bad day, you will see. Which means a bad day, you'll see. When a bad day happens, obvious. When a good day happens, you don't know. It's not obvious. You got to look really good, and you'll see that it's good. Why? Heitev, it's a verb. Heitev means it will be good, right?
Heitev refers to native something.
Yeah. Heitev, yeah. Heitev, yeah. Look very, very good. Look very, very good, and for sure you're going to find over there good days. What are good days? It's the Torah. Okay? So good days is the Torah, which means there's good days and bad days. Good days and bad days, and essentially they're the same thing. They're both days. But only good days is the Torah. The Torah is not bad. The Torah is only good. Now, there's a chiluk between what's a good day and what's a bad day. Okay, so now, good day is Torah. Vayamim nikrat midos. And the days are also called midos. So therefore, if the good days are Torah, and the bad days are not Torah, and the days are called midos, okay, as it says, umidat yamai, the midah of my day, and the midah, v'amidos hem Torah, and the midos are Torah, The Torah is the midas of Hashem. The Torah talks about love and fear and other midas. So therefore, midas is the Torah. Okay, so now just pay attention. So now within the midas is how the days are made up of. So now within the midas, since there's good days and there's bad days, there must be the difference in the midas that make it good and bad. And therefore, if it's related to something that's good, therefore that's Torah. If it's not Torah yet. Okay, so Torah is only good. So now, now as it says, Hashem created the world through the midos. As it says, etzlo amon. Okay, anyone know that translates that pasuk? It'll be for him. What's amon? How would you say it in English? Multitudes. Okay, amon. Al tikri amon ella aman. So what's aman? Aman is
believable, no?
Faithful. Okay. So what's the? Okay. So now, Hashem created the world with this aman. Okay. Now, I guess it means like it means believe.
Or his skill also.
Well, in this case, I think right, but in this case, it means an inyan of like midos, because it means like amuna, which is like an inyan of midos. Therefore, Hashem created the world through midos. Tzarech iyun for that pasuk. What's the actual?
You have a Buddha that can do his job.
That what?
Then who can do his job? If you need someone to make a clay pot, you need to go to somebody who you have a Buddha that this guy can make a clay pot.
No, but to think about amuna is a combination of midos. So I think the pshat is that Hashem is creating the world through midos. Therefore, the world is a result that came out of the midos of Hashem. That's just now. Why does he bring this pasuk as a proof for that? Is it tzarech iyun? We just have it in mind. It's in Mishlei, of course. It's lo amon, but there's a midrash that says don't say amon, say aman. Okay, it is like a law, right? Wait, it's a tzarech iyun. Why? I mean, what's the pshat? Why do you have to bring up pshat? He's saying the world's created av and nira, the midos are av and nira, and shar midos, and Hashem created the world through them, as it says here. It's the amon. It says don't read amon, ela aman. So aman is
That's like you crafted it out of the
a craft. Maybe a craft is a combination of midos, as we know this. Brought down.
Here's the concept.
Yeah, what does it say?
Rabbi Ashwell says, it was then his nursling, I was then his delight every day.
In Shashuim is delight. What's the first word?
I was then his nursling.
Nursling. I don't think we know what that means.
Like a baby, no?
Right, midos. It's like midos. A child is a midos. That's what it is. Oh yeah, it could be. Okay, so now, so therefore the world, Hashem created the world through the Torah. Yeah. The midos are the Torah, and the midos are avenir and other midos. And Hashem created the world through the midos. That means Hashem created the world through the letters of Torah. So the letters of Torah are the things that give the life force to the things in the world, which are the midos. And basically each thing is being created from the letters of Torah. And depending on how many levushim they are, they go into a good day or a bad day. And if it's a good day, then it's part of the Torah. If it's a bad day, it's like not part of the Torah to speak. Even though the Torah, but the life force is still there, and that's the letters of the Torah that's giving it life.
You have to make shalom with it.
So you have to make shalom with each thing. So how do you do that?
Levushim.
Like what drinking thing?
Levushim is the same as the shlomim.
Chazak. Okay, so now, Ela kol masher ha-madrega hi lamata. So as the level goes down, shama otet the Torah b'tzimtzum yoter. Therefore, the letters of Torah are more b'tzimtzum. Masher ayu madrega alina yoter, from what they were at a higher level. Okay, now, enam merim kol kach, they don't shine komo l'mayla madrega alina like they were at a higher level. Now, so meaning the letters have a life force inside of them. and we're going to see what that is soon. But this life force is what gives life to those things that have